Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.
The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D. It's Diddy. Hold up. It's Diddy. There it is, Gentiles and little mamas alike. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me,
the podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally worked to prove the theories that you, the listener, have at home. It's a motherfucking mini episode. We ain't got to tell you twice.
Come on, let's go. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited because we have an email from one of our listeners, a fool, no doubt, to tune into this trash every week, and to email afterwards, nearly insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. It's
an odd behavior, but here you are sending us an email. And what a great email it was. This one comes from a person named Ian. Ian sent us a message, I believe from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. La Canada Flintridge.
Oh, that's La Cañada. That's just that next to Glendale.
You know what I thought?
You saw
was?
LA? You saw
that was like French. I thought that was like Quebec.
You thought he was Quebecois. No, he was rich as hell.
Okay, great. Thank God. But motherfucker named Ian sent us a message that said, fellas, my daughters were looking at this year's participants in Dancing with the Stars and kept asking my wife who every quasi-celebrity was. When I heard them say, who is Reginald VelJohnson, I knew that A, I'd failed as a parent, and B,
True.
I now had a rooting interest in a show I won't watch. But one of my neighbors watching this garbage will argue that Reginald VelJohnson is a DEI addition to the cast along with Dwight Howard. However, I believe that their addition, particularly Reginald Vel's addition at 72, a full 36 years after his Oscar-worthy performance as Sergeant Powell in Die Hard, is a conspiracy by white Hollywood to put two affable but hopelessly two left-footed black people as a means of ensuring a white winner of this idiotic beloved competition. Wow.
You think reality TV is scam for black people not to win? That, yes, done. That wouldn't even, nigga, of course. You ever notice how they always get black guys who want to hit white women on The Real World? That doesn't seem crazy to
you? Fuck. Damn. Damn.
Like, dog.
Whoa. Fuck.
What do you mean?
No, it just never occurred to me. No, you're right. You're right. That, like, damn, there were so many just domestic abusing black men on The Real World, and specifically ones that were like down to slap a white lady in the face.
Bro, they tried to get niggas up out of there. They tried to have them be the most alienated ever.
Fuck.
Like,
I never thought about that until now.
That's why that TV show is kind of a tough watch for me always, because it's always on some shit like that. Even like, and then they always like portray him as the angry black man. You know what I mean? That it always comes up and the black man specifically never integrates into that show ever. Yeah. You remember Come On Baby, Come On Be My Baby Tonight? They hated that nigga, bro. That's the second most memorable thing about that season.
It's truly, what a devastating legacy that he's left behind of slapping white women and singing, "Come On, Baby."
No, it's a different guy. It's a different guy. To be fair, it's a different guy.
Okay.
It's a different guy.
No, but isn't he the one, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he the one that pulled up next to the car, tapped the window, and then like slapped the lady in the face?
No, that was a different one.
Oh, that was a different dude. Okay, I apologize. But either
way.
No,
but that speaks to the fact that they do it over and over again.
Yeah. It is a fascinating unpacking to think the biases that go into these castings. I think I always sort of, and this is my shame, I'm not saying this with any pride, I always generalized it as being like, oh, they just picked a bunch of chaotic people and it just so happened that some of these black men happen to be slapping white women in the face. But it now, the way you pointed out, does feel like, no, this has to be intentional.
Yeah, they because it's not cultural at some point that like how many black people you know who can get along with anybody? Like, you know what I mean? Like that show seems to always boil down to like black people not fitting in, and then the white people being like, "Why is he always talking about race?"
Yeah. You're isolating people and then expecting them to not react to that isolation.
Right. It's a cold game they're playing. So I say that all to say, like, and I don't even watch Dancing with the Stars. I don't know what the dynamics are there. But, you know, black people don't seem, at least in my, and I'm granted not up on reality TV, but we don't seem to win reality television unless it's our own Zeus Network type shit. Have there been black people who won Survivor?
I bet. I'm going to say yes, but I don't watch Survivor. I have no evidence of that. I don't know if any black people have ever won Survivor.
Or Big Brother or any of those things?
I know that a black couple just won Love Island.
Okay.
But he's OBJ, what's his name? Odell Beckham Jr.'s younger brother, the winner, and his girl. So it seems like some of that has to do with celebrity and proximity as much as anything. Multiple black contestants have won the reality TV show Survivor, including Richard Hatch, Borneo Vesepia Towery, the first African-American woman to win Survivor. Winning Survivor are Marquises, Mariana Oketch, and the second black woman to win Survivor, Earl Cole, became the first black man to win the show in 2007. So it sounds like we won a few times.
That's also a different show, though.
But here's what I'll say. I think it's less, at least when I hear this, it feels less important about not allowing black people to ever win and more important about the timing in which they allow black people to win. Right? That like in a cool, peaceful, sort of like easy going year, Alfonso Ribeiro is a proper winner for that show because he is not going to upset the masses of white people that might watch that thing. But we're in the middle of an election. Right? It's election season. They've got stakes. They've got real concerns about Kamala's optics as far as getting white men specifically and white women to vote for her. And it might hurt them to empower Dwight Howard as a champion right alongside Kamala Harris. Right? That like it almost...
do you mean like the idea of they're like, black guys are winning, Dancing with the Stars, they're running for president, what am I going to do?
It's too much shit all at once, and so there might be, on a political level, being like, it is better for us if a white person wins this competition, so if we gotta to figure out a way to cook the books, why not get Reginald VelJohnson and Dwight Howard, two people who we objectively know have no chance?
Right. What if Reginald surprises them?
And I think they're willing to take that risk. And that's why, maybe this listener's point, he's such a good pick, because even if he surprises us and has like this masterful coordination and can bust a move and shit at 72, he still has a quality of like goofy fucking like dad shit that people will find harmless, versus if Dwight Howard surprises us, that's terrifying for the white race.
To be fair though, Dwight Howard is not harmless.
No,
he'll put a baby in you.
He's a monster.
He'll fuck everybody in your household, either side.
He's not even gonna take care of the baby after he puts it in you. He's gonna walk away. You don't give a shit.
Yeah. Hulking, huge.
What are you gonna do? Fight
Black
him?
Man they used to call Superman.
Yeah, no.
But I do say, then why would they include him in it?
Dwight Howard?
Just because they know he's going to lose?
I think there's an argument to say that he's going to lose. I think also similar to your argument about putting complicated black people as the options for us to choose from, there is something really interesting in the fact that you and I know I know a fair amount of details about Dwight Howard and his sordid past, and ABC probably does too. And they're choosing to ignore that because worst case scenario, it brings a little attention to this show that is lacking in certain demos.
Right. Like you could have got Don Cheadle or some shit.
Yeah, there are other people who are like not hurting the world that you could have chosen as your black representative. There are other retired NBA players that would happily go and do that shit.
True. No, I'm always weary of, reality television in general, obviously. And they're known, these producers are monsters, and black people's role within it,
Yeah.
Just in general, always have been. Ever since that fucking real world shit.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Like they're doing this.
Even the early seasons of Real World, it was very centered on sort of like getting the black people to yell at each other and other people. You know what I mean?
Or to yell at the white people.
Yeah, it was a lot of fights where it's just like a black person being very loud and angry. And it's like, all right, well, how much of that is truly the experience we would have all had in that house? Or how much of that is like y'all picked?
Well, because I think a lot of people, a lot of black people would have been like, fuck this. I'm here for a check, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I think they do the same thing. I think, especially because I've watched a lot of Real World, just like, it's good to have on if you're sending emails or something. I think they did the same thing with gay people a lot, or LGBTQ people in general, where they would have one of you in this house where everyone's exactly alike, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I guess different in little ways, but then it's like, they'll have a black person and a gay person who are very different.
Yeah, it's one thing. Tokenism, I want to be careful how I say this, but I think tokenism works if that person is a consenting party inside of being the token. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That like, if you go, oh, I'm the only black representative, but I very much align myself with white culture, so I'm happy to be the only black representative, right? Like, this is home for me, or a home that I would like to build for myself. But it's a very different thing to tokenize somebody who didn't want to be tokenized, because then they spend the whole time being defiant and thus creating sort of like this pseudo, like, it makes them look crazy. Because they're going like, bro, you're tokenizing me. And people are like, my man, we're getting drunk in the kitchen. We don't know what you're talking about. And you're like, no, but I see some shit. I'm seeing everything that wasn't supposed to be my experience.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I think we've all had that experience of being in a primarily white situation where you are gaslit to believe that you are not, that you're overreacting or you're being sensitive or whatever. I think we've all felt that, in whether it be a work scenario or peer groups or whatever. So I think that this is just like, it's the same dynamic playing out that we've seen over and over again, but more intentional maybe than it is in your personal life.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that they're to maybe Ian's big question of whether or not this is something more sinister. It seems like we're both in agreement. Yes.
Yes, I think so.
There's a reason that they went to Reginald VelJohnson, who is probably not even bothered that much on the street anymore. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, I bet people just let him be.
I don't know. It's still Carl Winslow, bro.
I don't know. I think when you see Reginald VelJohnson, you go, I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, that's true. Did you see him rapping?
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. But no,
it's definitely
I think
school rap.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But it was cool. It was cool. I don't even know I'm being reductive like that.
It was better than we thought Reginald VelJohnson could do, and that is enough, even if it is just bibbity bop, bibbity bop.
And now I'll rap it to a funky beat.
Yeah.
When they hit you with the funky beat, you know the rap's gonna be corny.
Yeah. Yeah, it is funky beats and play my jam. It's a lot of, there's some keywords in there where you're like, oh, this fucking loser rap that's about to happen right now.
Yeah, 100%. But that being said, I love Carl Winslow.
Yeah, I think we all love Carl Winslow. We want the best for him. I hope he does win Dancing with the Stars, but unfortunately, I do think that this feels intentional in sort of this odd assemblage of black representation inside of this almost entirely white show. Olivia has mentioned that Alfonso is co-hosting this year. He is a former winner of Dancing with the Stars, which I think is why he's been elevated to co-host, if I'm not mistaken.
Nothing complicated about that guy.
Nope. He don't care where you put him.
Nothing.
He happy to be there.
Nothing. Not our biggest clip of all time on this podcast or anything like that.
My man is happy to be wherever you put him.
Yeah, he just wants to work, baby.
You just want to work so you can afford them nice white women and white children's dreams coming true.
Which must be expensive.
I imagine white dreams are more expensive, at least on the average. I'm not saying they're worth more, but they certainly cost more.
Monetary wise, they're more expensive because my dreams are basically home ownership that includes a pool. That's pretty much as far as it goes. College for my future seeds, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think there's always like a few more asks inside of a white dream that stretch beyond that on average because their starting point is so high.
Also, though, low bar. I'm pretty easy, man.
You're an easygoing guy.
I'm pretty easy to please you. You know what I mean? I take the pleasure in the small things. I don't know why you're laughing in my face when I'm telling you my life.
The ending just sort of felt like one of them videos where you were like talking to the ladies out in the world, and you're like, I'm an easygoing guy. I take pleasure in the small things. Call me now.
I have a car.
I have a car, and it is within the decade that it was made. So
we're doing good.
You're gonna be riding in style, sweetheart.
Sex at a nice, reasonable pace.
This is, Ian, I hope satisfying for you. I hope you feel like your questions were answered. We cannot help you with teaching your daughter to appreciate family matters. And frankly, I think, unfortunately, it is not an easy watch in adulthood. I think
it doesn't hold up the way the Fresh Prince does.
Yeah, I've attempted on multiple occasions to rewatch Family Matters, and oh boy, it's work.
And it's corny. Like when they had Eddie make a rock band, it's like Eddie's listening to rock and roll music.
Yeah.
All right, on the south side of Chicago, him and his friends are making a rock band. Okay.
What's Darius McCrary is making a rock band?
Yeah.
He be acting up, by the way.
And brother, yeah, if they had let him rap, I think it would have gone easier for him. He's having a tough time.
He is not. And I don't even say this because I don't want anybody to interpret our interpretation of him as like a judgment of his choices. I think obviously he's very publicly with a trans person, and that is not the judgment at all. He is doing bad in so many multitudes of ways that have nothing to do with his sexual relationships. He's just fucking up at every turn.
I mean, child stars, man. He's like, it's like, it feels like that, right? Whereas like he's going down in the way that only a child star can.
He's also a sad type of child star because he was genuinely a child, but he was big as fuck the whole time.
He was big as hell.
He was just like a big old boy. And so like
he started that shit 6 foot.
Yeah, we kind of looked at him as like this man before he was a man, and now he's like this absolutely incomplete man, and you're like, what the fuck happened, Eddie Winslow? You had so much potential.
Yeah, man, but that shit, poor Turnus.
Yeah, I don't speak French, but I believe you.
It's the it's the man child, right?
Yeah,
but the Greek version, I might have said it wrong.
No, I believe you.
I tried it out.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it sounded good. It might be wrong. Listen, that's not the point. The point is, Pua Eternus. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I got it.
No,
right.
I believed you the whole time.
I was just checking to make sure I got it right. I was checking to make sure I got it right. Because I'm going to use it in conversation probably later today.
It's my word of the week, so I got to really squeeze it in.
Yeah, this is like some other shit. This is my personal life.
You want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. My special is available for purchase, Birth of a Nation with the G. You can go to patreon.com/David Bory to buy that. I also am dropping an album under the same name, different material, and that is available to stream everywhere November 1st.
Beautiful. Go watch the special. Go listen to the album. Do it all. And as always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman. You can see us live at the Start the Steel tour. So you can first see us in Washington, D.C., October 10th, then Detroit, October 12th, and then Chicago, October 13th. We will also be hitting Brooklyn, Atlanta, L.A., Houston, Austin, Dallas, Somerville, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Seattle, and Portland. All of those dates are available on our link tree as well as the tickets. So we would love to see you there. And as always, if you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to tell us which white people are being tokenized on Black reality shows, send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, and buy the merch, rate, subscribe, like, tell a friend, tell your daddy, bitch. All right, bye, bitch.
Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.